is your leg?
Oh, it's so bad.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, like it's still like, still have problems like here and there. Like I still can't twist my knee. Like I was on a bike the other day, accidentally just like so my foot's like here and just like try to take it out, but it got caught in the pedal.
Is it in the gym?
Yeah, up at the gym. Fuck me. So, yeah, you notice the difference when the twisting of the knee I do at the moment, but like going this way, it's fine. Like I've got movement to like kind of dare all the way, which is quite good.
Oh, you've got the thing on under
Yeah, I keep the brace on most of the time now, which is...
So what did you do again?
Meniscus bucket hair tear.
Right.
So it's like, no, is it a bucket or a shoe? It's basically, say, this is meniscus here. It's like kind of, it's flipped over and apparently it relocated itself. I don't know how it really relocates itself in the knee.
Yeah.
But like, I was kind of like, how does that happen? But I was happy that it was just that, because I hadn't done that one before, which is good.
Because you've done multiple other things.
Yeah, I've done the MCL, but you never have to get surgery for that one, because that's quite good, because it just gets so much blood flow already. And then the ACL, that's probably the worst. Like it was MCL, ACL, and then PCL, I think it is. Yeah.
And that
was like when I did it like all at once.
Oh, man.
That was, when was that?
Is that rugby now?
No, I was skiing.
Oh, was it? Have these all been skiing?
Yeah, both of them. You know, rugby was the best time I did. Like, the only injury I got was fingers, or me injuring someone else. It was never anything else. Probably popped my shoulder maybe a little bit, but skiing's probably a lot worse than the body.
I feel like those are the two worst sports for injuries.
Yeah,
Like anyone I know who
100%.
played rugby was like, it was like shoulder. It's always like shoulders and collarbones.
Yeah.
So I kind of half expected you to have a ton of injuries. I know you obviously said your hands as well.
Yeah, I've got like broken every single hand, like every single bone in my hand, pretty much. Done like my metacarpals, like have like, you can't really see it at the moment, but sometimes it will just bulge out like there.
Yeah.
And then you have to do the good old shove it back in or get someone to hit it with a book.
Yeah.
That was all.
My sister had a horrible bunion. She won't appreciate me telling this, but she had a horrible bunion on her hand, like here. I don't know if he ever did, but my dad was very like, you should hit that with a book.
Yeah.
She doesn't have it anymore. And I honestly don't know.
And you're like, did he do
Yeah,
it?
I
Or...
don't know. Yeah. But
yeah, it was probably those. I think that's probably my biggest one. And I've also had like ankle surgery on this ankle as well, but that
was that
wasn't.
crunching?
Yeah, that just normally does it.
Yeah, to be fair, mine.
This whole right side of my body cracks.
Damn.
This side's great.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous how good this leg is compared to this leg.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Like you look at the definition on this leg and how I can move this leg, and I'm just like.
So it's been the same leg each time?
Yeah, same leg each time.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess, if you injure something once.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd rather have it on the same leg.
Yeah.
I've talked to my mates about this before. It's like, would you rather have like even out, or would you have like one side of your body just being fucked?
Yeah, true. You probably wanted the same thing, because then at least it's like concentrated and it's not like spread.
But because the annoying bit is now I have to try and once all this stuff goes, I've got to try and replace my hip, because my hip's all out of place.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I'm kind
Yeah,
of.
because I remember you saying there.
Yeah, I'm in a similar thing just now. So not like any major injuries, but so I had a bulge disc a few years ago, and then I was doing like Muay Thai, and it definitely exacerbated it. And I was doing that for a year and a half, and it was terrible. Like by the end of it, I think that's when I was chatting to you, and I was like, I can't sleep. But now I'm actually really good. But interestingly, at that point, it was all like my back. Whereas now, like I don't want to like touch wood, but like I've got to the point where the back is actually cool. It's more my hip. Now I find that like it's actually the last remnants of my discomfort is in my hip, and I'm just like, some days I do this thing called the McGill Big 3. I think we were chatting about this, but anyway, McGill Big 3.
We might have.
There's a guy, Stuart McGill, he's this Canadian back expert, and it's called after him because he was like, these are 3 fundamental exercises everyone with back pain should do. And if I do them, dude, it'll go away. I could do it right now, and if I have discomfort, it'll instantly go away.
What is it?
So the McGill Big 3, so 3 exercises. So one is what's it called? Bird dog. So it's like you're on all fours, so like hands on the ground, knees on the ground, and then you raise your like right arm and left leg back.
Yeah, no, I do remember us talking
Yeah.
about this now. Yeah, no.
And then the other one's the other one. I think so maybe I awkwardly showed you. The other one is what is the other one? The other one is it's called like effectively I can't remember actually what it's called. The last one's so it's bird dog, and then the next one's like you do a plank. So you do a plank in the front and plank on both sides. And then the other one, I actually can't remember the name of it, but effectively it's called a curl up. That's what it is. And you lie down and you just, all you do is like, you don't even, I was not wanting to do it at the beginning because I was like, surely this doesn't help whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because it's really minimal. You literally just lift like your neck and your shoulders off the ground and then bring them back down.
Yeah, because my like massage therapist, he gave me a load of stuff. What was it, like way before I did all this. And my back was like horrible. And I started redoing them again recently, and it's just been the best.
I know.
Best I've ever felt. I think as well it's helping. I'm not lifting as much and by doing my job as much because my body has felt like the last. Even though I've got this going on, my body has felt the best it has felt in so long.
And do you think that's because you've not been lifting weights?
I think it's like. I think there's a little bit of it. I think I needed like rest because my work is so physical. And then like I'd go to the gym and do all that, and then I just wouldn't rest as much. Like so, therefore I was just like, I'm knackered. My body's just like, what is going on? And then I've also added in a load of new supplements to help rebuild my knee and all the ligaments in my knee. And I do notice the difference.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
What has you been taking?
I've got a photo of it.
Anytime I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast and he talks about going for stem cells, I'm like, mate. If I had all the money,
If I had the money, I would put so much into stem cells.
Straight to South America, and just get all jacked up.
It's great. Yes, this is Triflex.
Let's see. Oh, Triflex, right? Okay, so
it's really good. If you
the
next picture has all the ingredients in it and stuff.
Okay, you've got a piece of bread.
Oh yeah, I've been making bread.
Right. Okay, yeah. So it's. Yeah, Triflex promotes joint health.
And like
joint pain. So you definitely notice a difference.
Yeah.
So GNC Triflex.
Yeah, like I've only been having it probably for a month and a bit, 2 months.
Yeah.
But I feel like.
Where'd you get it? Like IG?
No, my mum brought it from.
Oh really?
I think America.
Right. Okay.
But I think no, Calgary. It was Calgary. You can get it out here in Calgary, and then she got me like. Loads of collagen and like all this kind of stuff. And I was always a bit skeptical about all this kind of stuff, but I do feel a lot better. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like it's like for me, how my body felt like before my injury.
Yeah.
Like I was still working, still doing like, I shouldn't have been doing it. I was still doing like 10-hour days sometimes, like shit like that. And I'm just like, what am I doing?
I know.
Why am I doing this?
Well, when I asked you about the weights, it was kind of like a primed question because I have felt that, like in the sense of I have noticed that. So I'm only doing weights twice a week now, and it's so general. It's like an upper body day and a lower body day. It's not like you know. So it's pretty minimal, and even then, like and I'm doing that to effectively because I'm like anytime I've injured myself, it's been doing like weights that I'm like, it's not even like these are necessary.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing it because I want to be big or I'm bodybuilding or I'm just kind of like just that kind of gym.
Yeah, you
bro
just want to
after-
like keep it kind of going.
Yeah.
Just keep the strength up.
Whereas now it's more. So now I'm doing a ton of swimming. So like the stuff I'm doing I literally like chat GBT like give me a 2 days like long distance swimming.
Aye.
To like so the stuff I'm doing in the gym, is helping my like life as opposed to like what was happening was the gym was ultimately being the thing that was like causing my day-to-day life to be
to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of changing my mindset to do as well. Is like I'm like rather because I think it's like because when you do like rugby and everything like that, you're always like, okay, I need to be the biggest person, I need to be the strongest, I need to do this, and that to be in this position so I can do what I can for the team. But then like. And I've just kept that for so long. I took it into like ski instructing and everything like that. I did like doing all stuff for that. But now I'm like, because I'm not doing that as much, I'm like, shit, should I just be doing stuff for my actual body movement?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I felt so much better.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous how much that happens.
Yeah.
And you realise, and you're like, shit.
I think it's also I found surprising how like so I've gone from like, obviously it's a few years ago, but from like 5-day gym workouts to now 5-day gym weekly workouts to now 2 days, and I just like assumed that I'm like, oh, if I'm training like twice a week, I'm gonna be so skinny. And obviously I'm not like in any way massive, but I've actually been kind of surprised. So I'm like, oh, like I haven't really lost that much.
Because that's what I'm surprised about. Because I went back, because I've obviously gone back and I've been doing like some weights, and I'm like, okay, the strength's still there, this is still there, but I've toned down a little bit, and I'm like, why? But I just haven't realised how much recovery is a big thing.
Oh, definitely.
Because I got a new watch, a Garmin, because
Classic.
yeah,
go on.
my mate's
Amazing.
my mate's got it. I think 6 of us into it from it, and I didn't realise how.
That's it.
Yeah, I didn't realise how good they were.
Oh, they're.
And oh my fuck, it just tells you how long you need rest, everything, sleep, REM. I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is like changing my life.
Yeah, the one thing I did when I got mine was so mine like yours may be the same. It tracks sleep.
Yeah,
dude.
Shocking.
Oh, mine is. So I've had this for like. So I pretty much had this the whole time I've been in Canada, so like 4 years. I swear my life, this is God's honest truth. I've had in the 4 years I've had this watch where every night, apart some obviously, I've had maybe twice it's told me I've had a good night's sleep. I've had fair like quite a few times, but like usually it's like not, like it's not good ever.
Yeah, no, because I either get like. I think I've had one time since I've been wearing this where it said like good. Yeah. And I got like 2 hours of REM. And normally I'm getting like 58 minutes of REM and shit like that. And I'm like, no wonder I'm so bloody tired when I wake up. And just learn it, because I feel like over the years I've learned more about REM sleep, all this kind of, the different sleep cycles and all that kind of stuff. But seeing it actually like on a data, you're just like, oh fuck.
I know. I think it's... I know, and I think it's also seeing it every day. You're like, oh, it's bad again.
But it kind of it makes you like want to like try and challenge yourself the next day, which is quite funny.
I think. Do you find it easier to sleep here than you did in the UK? Specifically Banff, I would say. I'll tell you. Think about it. I'll tell you why. Because I feel like I sleep better in the UK, and I've convinced myself, rightly or wrongly, that it's how like dry the air is here. Like I often like wake up and I'm like, I feel like I've been in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, I can agree with that. One thing I do sleep with though, that I cannot sleep without here, humidifier.
Yeah, I've got.
And I have to have that in my room, because you notice the fucking difference.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sweating if not, and it's just. But I don't know, because my sleep's a bit shit at the moment, because I've like taken down my weed smoking, and like I'm trying to like stop doing that as much. So my sleep pattern's been all over the shop. Yeah. So I don't honestly know, but you're probably right, because I'm trying to think, going back home, I'd probably be like out like that.
Yeah, no, I know. But then it's also like the added thing of like, I was younger, probably had less shit to stress, less true life stuff to stress about. I also didn't have this whole back hip thing going on, which I've had for like a couple of years.
Because it's shit, especially with hip pain. Like hip and back pain is the fucking worst to sleep with. It's
and I also find like the mentality of like, see when I wake up, and see if I wake up and it's sore, it immediately puts me not in a bad mood, like I'm miserable.
But you're aware of it.
Immediately I wake up and I'm like, oh great, I'm still fucked.
Yeah. Whereas like, oh, awesome.
But the opposite happens when I wake up and I don't have any pain. I literally wake up and I'm like, fucking let's go.
Yeah, you like go. Yeah. To be fair, that's been like, I think that's just been me. That's me all the fucking time though, especially with this. So if I wake up with no pain, I'm fucking like, yes.
Yeah. How long's that been then?
So it happened in September.
Fuck,
like,
that's quite a while.
It's quite a while, like September. But luckily I had surgery in...
Where were you skiing in September?
I wasn't skiing, it was at work.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so we were at...
oh, that's how you got like, you got hooked up with work.
Yeah. Luckily, I've been doing this through WCB, which has been a godsend. Yeah, so I didn't realise how good that stuff was. But I'm starting back to work on like the 5th. So that'd be kind of nice, because I'm definitely... It's been nice being away from work though, because I didn't realise how my mentality needed it.
Oh, definitely.
I was just like, Jesus Christ, my mental state was just dog shit.
Yeah, definitely.
It was dog shit before, because I think working like 10-hour days, still dealing with this, dealing with like everything at work, and they're just like, "You're good." I'm like, because of how I am, I will just fucking work, because that's just been ground into me from day one. You just get on with it and you work and do all that stuff. And now I'm just like, no, I need me. I'm gonna look after me. Like, so I've started putting myself first with a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, oh shit, I should have done this a while ago.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with work is like, even sometimes so I work in an office, right? So no manual labor, no. I mean, obviously I'm a manager, so I just mean in the sense that like I do have responsibilities and some stress and that, but ultimately it's not that difficult. But even then, mate, like I still have times where like I'll go away on a holiday, and you don't even realize, even before you go on holiday, you're like, I'm going on holiday, like not really thinking it too much about it, and then while you're on the holiday, you're like, that when you stop, you're like, fuck man, I didn't actually appreciate that.
Yeah,
I needed this.
Yeah.
Because you're just so in the rhythm of working.
It's just like it's realizing you can take that step back.
Yeah.
And it's like being able to take that. It's a whole skill.
Yeah.
And then it's just realizing how much of an actual skill it just becomes.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what I think I've only learned it from either watching people or like observing people, because I think because of the stuff, like I've got dyslexia, ADHD, all the stuff.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And like, so you always end up just watching little things, like people doing stuff, you always pick up on things. And then I think like as I've got older, you get better, I wouldn't say better at it, but you get more and more intuitive to it. And you're just like, holy shit, like maybe I should be doing this.
Yeah. I know, I think that's the thing as well. Where it's funny how like COVID kind of changed the way people saw work as well, because it was like before COVID, if you were like sick or unwell or like not having a good time, it was almost like going into work was like a badge of honor. You're like, I'm so dedicated to this.
100%. Now they're just like, I'll go home.
Yeah, they're just like, right, you're miserable, go.
Yeah, just fuck off, go home. Like, what are you doing?
So when are you? Oh, you do what you want me? Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah.
I'm so bad for it.
I know, but it's also because you're probably chatting to someone who's from Scotland as well. Like I noticeably swear more.
Yeah.
When I'm
100%. Like,
so I watched a couple of Scottish podcasts, and I actually noticed that they don't use the word cunt in it, and I'm like, but the way they're kind of like, is one called Open Goals, this like football one, so they're all kind of like they're not posh, is my point. So they're like, you can tell that, I'm like, surely they would use that in normal language, but when they're doing this pod, they never do it. So I do wonder sometimes, I wonder if that's like one thing that they're just like, we will not see that.
We're not doing it, just in case. Like,
but
getting backlash, because you know what people are like now.
Yeah, it was funny in talking about, I did one with my mate Keith, who's he's still trains MMA, but he was a pro MMA fighter. And him and I were chatting about it, and I was like, the only people that are going to be able to understand this is us and our families, because he's so like, he's got such a
he's just a strong eye. Yeah.
But he was telling me about his injuries, man, and it's wild. Like when I was saying how, you know, like rugby and skiing are the two like worst things for it, like arguably also MMA is probably like significantly worse.
Yeah, God, yeah.
He was telling me about how he's like losing his vision.
Yeah,
like
my vision's shocking, but that's just, my vision's just shocking.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've got like, well,
Have you got glasses?
No, I've got contacts in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I wear glasses. I'm like -6, which is pretty, like if I've got my phone, I'm literally like here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm blind.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't get, how I used to do this, because I think about it every day. I used to play like under 18s, 16s, 20s, like all my rugby career, a lot of time with like out contacts in and all that stuff. And people would look at you, how the fuck are you catching balls and all that? I'm like, shapes and colours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I must sound special. Because I'm just because that's all I see.
Yeah.
That's all I saw when I was younger. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I remember my sister's got really bad eye vision, and I remember mine's actually fine. But there was a point in time where, like, for 1 week, I was kind of stressing myself out, and I didn't realise that the stress was like causing me to just like my body to like have. I was just stressing myself out. I was getting tired. Effectively, that's what was happening. So when I was getting tired, my vision was kind of going a bit weird, and I do have like a slight something in one of my eyes, where
Like
it's like
stigmatism,
something like that. Yeah, but when I'm like, you know, being healthy and not tired and stuff, like.
it's fine, yeah.
It's fine, yeah. But anyway, I remember like going to my sister, and I was like, she has terrible vision, and I was like, Sophie, my like eyes are like, I think my eyes are like going, and she's like, don't even talk to me about. Her glasses are like uber thick.
Yeah,
She was like,
I have to
"Don't
get
talk."
mine. So every time, like, I understand what she's on about, because every time people are like, oh, I got better, I'm like, just
I know. I'm so
don't, like,
grateful,
because you do not know, like,
I know.
it's because it's such a weird thing, because if you don't, unless you have it, you don't understand.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And it's like, even if you give people your glasses, I'm like, I don't know if you're seeing if that's actually what I see or what. It's just that weird, it's that weird concept of it. But the amount of people are just like, oh, I've got bad eyes. I'm like, I'm -1 or I'm -2. I'm like,
yeah. What?
no, you do not. Your eyes are brilliant.
And I'd be curious to actually find. I'll find out what Sophie's are. She won't appreciate me for me telling you that, because hers are. I just remember hers are like shocking, because she went to see about getting laser eye surgery, and they were like,
Yeah.
your eyes. She was like, they were. It wasn't that her eyes were so bad, but they were like, your eyes are still getting worse, and they're like, we need them to be like consistent for X period of time.
I can't get it.
Yeah, she didn't get it, and she couldn't get it that time. I don't know if she.
My eyes are too bad, and they're shaped like they're a weird shape, so I can't get them. So that's why I was just like, you know what, I'm just getting contacts. Like, because I used to do it when I was younger, but I hated putting them in, hated taking them out, just absolutely hated touching my eye.
Yeah.
So I used to get my mum to do it.
Oh really? Yeah.
I would just literally open my eye, because my mum's got, her eyes, she won't appreciate me saying this either. But yeah, hers are quite bad as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I expected to get bad eyes, like just of how it is. But yeah, it's ridiculous. She would like always put them in, and then it got to the point where I was like, I just hated them. So didn't wear them for years on end. And then I was like, you know what? It'd be quite nice to
so
wear.
You just didn't have anything?
Yeah. Oh, I had glasses.
Glasses, right.
I had glasses all the time.
Yeah.
But then it just got to the point, because I was teaching so much of instructing and doing all that stuff, and like, I'd wear my glasses underneath goggles, or I would just wear my glasses the whole time, and I was just getting so over it. So I was just like, you know what? Let's actually try and do this contact thing, and then just persuade. And they were just like, okay, as long as you get used to touching your eye, it's fine. But it's a weird feeling.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you find? So when you were teaching ski instructing here?
Yeah, so I came out here when I was like 18 to do.
You've been here for ages.
Yeah, I've been here. I only realised this the other day. 8 years now.
Fucking hell, man, that's mad.
I think it's 8 years. Still no PR though.
Yeah.
We're trying. We're doing it at the moment.
Oh man, I'm doing it as well.
I'm studying all the English test stuff at the moment. I'm just like, oh god,
it's a joke, man.
It's such a joke. But yeah, I came out here when I was 18. Like, did snowboarding. Like,
and have you been here the whole time? Sorry.
Pretty much, other than going back. So like, I was out here for like, what was it? It was pretty much like a whole winter. Then I went home. I did for like the summer. Ski hall kind of asked me if I wanted to come back and like teach skiing as well, and I was kind of a little bit like, do I really want to learn how to teach skiing? Like, because I was all about snowboarding. I hated skiing, absolutely hated it. Like, my dad got me to do it when I was younger. I hated the thing. I bawled out my eyes. Never did it again. But yeah, I picked up snowboarding when I was at school. Did like loads of snowboarding camps. Got like competitions and did all that stuff. And then yeah, came out here. I was 18. Did the snowboarding camps, did that, started working, then went back home for the summer. Then they asked me to come back out and do all the skiing. I was good. They were like, you'll get paid more. It'd be quite good. I was like, I had getting paid more. I was like,
yeah,
why not? Like, as an instructor, we get a good wage, but our hours aren't. It's never the best pay. Like, it's like, I think you start off at like 20 or something like that, but your hours aren't like that. That's the thing. That's it. You start off good pay, but the hours are shit.
Mate, when I came here, I was on $15 an hour. Yeah,
that's it. Like, that's the thing. It's like, they all go like, oh, the pay's going to be great. And then you're just like, I've worked for an hour and a half today. And just stuff like that. So did that, and then I just fell in love with skiing. Like, just from day one, just loved it. Like, it was just and I still love it for now. Like, I ski more than I board.
I was going to say, do you snowboard at all?
I barely ever snowboard now. Like, it might change a little bit after this, but at the same time, it might not. Like I don't actually know.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've injured it skiing, but I would think skiing's better for your legs. But
Yeah,
only
it's-
because if you follow the boards attached to you.
Yeah,
and you
it's
fuck-
kind of like I always think it's like I've talked to a lot of doctors about this and like a lot of other people because I'm just always interested from doing this. And like some say like skiing's better, some will think snowboarding's better. It's there's quite a big different like split on it because my surgeon now. He thinks snowboarding would be better, but then he's like, oh, but don't turn your knee inwards and stuff like that. And I'm like, you've never snowboarded because like you've got to have those slight knee movements as well and like stuff like that. So what I've basically done this year, I've just kind of called myself off from skiing
Yeah.
because I was like, okay, I'm gonna be back. I'm doing it. I'm coming back. Nah.
Yeah, you're just taking the season.
Yeah,
out.
I'm taking the
I mean, it's
season.
kinda
Physio's like, that's really good. Like, take the season. He's even like said, like, yeah, we expect you to take the season.
But I mean, even like with the weather here, it's been shite.
Oh, it's been shocking.
Yeah.
It's like spring out there.
I know.
Like, I know it's like, what is it? Oh, don't say this.
26th of February.
Yeah.
I
I was going to look at the temperature too.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And I was like, no, it doesn't say it on it right now.
I mean, this room is 1,000 degrees.
Yeah,
But,
it is.
Outside, I think it's not.
But outside at the moment, it's like no snow on the ground, no nothing. And I'm like, yeah, our season was bad, but this season I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
My mum and dad are coming in like 3 weeks.
Well, that'd be nice.
Well, we'll be amazing, but
Maybe not before.
No, not when I've been here. No, they've been out. I came here when I was like 8.
Oh.
So I'm 31 now, so I can't do that math. What's that?
Don't ask me.
23.
Oh no.
23 years ago. Sorry, they came out here 23 years ago. So no, but we were chatting about it the other day, and I was like, "Let's talk about snows more." Yeah, it's kind of be shite if you came all the way to Canada, and then it's like.
And then it's just not there.
Yeah. Like I mean, I got a mate who works in Norway, so I could get them like a day pass for there, so they don't.
I was gonna say, do they ski or anything?
They
like
ski,
that?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
nice,
And they're not skiing the whole time.
I was gonna say, get them probably Lake Louise is probably the better.
Well,
hill
I've
at the
heard Lake
moment.
Louise is actually decent.
Because I feel like Lake Louise is the only decent hill around. Sunshine's not bad. It just heard there's a lot of grass patches.
Yeah.
Cropping up and all that kind of. Revy's going good. I know that.
I heard some Peaks is
Like,
really good as well.
Yeah, some peaks is good. Like same apparently Golden's. Apparently all the upper parts are brilliant, but like just the lower parts are just like a bit dodgy.
I know, but that was kind of my thing as well. Like I got, I don't have a pass this season, but I was kind of like, honestly, it was kind of just because they're so expensive, and I've been blessed to be here 4 years. So I'm like, right, okay, cool. Like I've had 4 seasons already, so it's my 5th one. So I'm like, right, okay, I'm not necessarily desperate to go. So I was like, I just kind of kept pawning off getting a pass.
Yeah.
To like, I was kind of waiting for the first like true powder day, and then I'd get
big
that
dump,
I'd
and
get
then you
that
go
kick, and
straight
I'd be
into
like, let's
it.
go.
It's just not come.
It's just not come, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'll probably get a pass when my mum and dad are coming, obviously. And then my girlfriend's coming back out for the month of March.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So she obviously is going to want to go snowboarding.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely do it then. But
How's
yeah,
she doing?
she's good, me, yeah. Like,
Nice.
she's good. I think it's obviously been difficult because she's like our age, so she's like 29. And I know you're slightly younger than that, but she's 29.
Yeah.
And I think it's just been a bit of a struggle because, she's 29, so she's been a grown-up. She's had grown-up jobs, but she's gone back to university.
Yeah, remember you
for a
said that she
year.
went back to uni and all that.
So I think she's just struggled because it's gone from being like a grown-up making money to like a true student. Like she don't get,
Not
she's
making any money, you're just making it through it, and like you're finding stuff to do.
Yeah, obviously I'm not there. So life's,
It's it.
life's a disaster. So I think it's been a struggle, but I mean it's only till the end of August. I mean,
that's
it's
not
been
bad.
since last year, but like
Yeah, I was gonna say that's near.
yeah. So, but yeah, long story short, when they come out, I'll make sure to get past. But yeah, it's kind of just been a bit like, meh. And also like I always make this joke with people, and I guess I'm in a slightly better position, but same situation as you, where like I always make the joke with people like, see when it gets to the end of a ski season, I end up going less because I've got away with like not injuring myself.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
No, I know. But I think, this one, because I've already had like a pre-existing kind of injury, I've kind of just had that like, I've gone into it with the trepidation of like, am I going to make this worse?
Worse, yeah.
You know, and
or
I'm
is it
just
gonna
like-
actually be better?
And as I say, like, don't get me wrong, if it was like powder snow, I'd probably be like, who cares, I'm going.
I've got
But-
friends out in Japan this year.
Yeah.
I love it because Japan's had like the best snow, best record season. My friend, she's out there and she's like, literally overnight they got 90 centimeters at the top of the hill, and I'm just like, what?
What?
Like, I just got my wet dreams right there, and I'm like, what?
I look up at Norquay every day and I'm like, there's no snow.
I like open my balcony door and I'm like, yep, that is worse. It's just worse. I've got a roommate that works up there as well, and he's like, yeah, it's just shocking.
Yeah,
like,
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So you learned to ski here, but did you learn to ski snowboard in the UK?
Yeah, learned at Hill End.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Is that a dry one?
Yeah,
I
learned in Hill End.
think I learned
the dry
it.
slope. So it was kind of like if you can snowboard on a dry slope, you can snowboard anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I remember that. But yeah, because I did that for like years on end. Like,
did you ever go up like to Europe? Just
I went to Europe on like school ski trips
Yeah.
and like with my mum and stuff like that. And then, which I was quite lucky about, one of my best mates back home, he had his family had a house out in America, in New England, like Vermont. So
wow.
that kind of became our winter holiday. Is like we'd go there. Like he'd come with us, like, or I'd come with his family. It was like kind of either or. It was like,
or would they let you go without them?
Yeah. So like, so it was either because we were quite like our family was pretty close. So it was like if they're going, most likely I was coming with them. If I was going, most likely he was coming with me.
Yeah.
So it was like it was quite nice about that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And like I did a lot of like also would go over there sometimes during the summer and like work on their like house and stuff like that because. I used to have like back home when I had like a small like landscaping business for like a little bit, which was quite fun. I do miss it to be fair, like just that labouring.
Yeah.
Just getting to it, like building shit and then just being like, I've just done that.
Mate, me and the guy Dom I work with, we were in the office here on, I don't know what, it was like Thursday and I was stressed about something work related. I can't remember what, but I was stressed about something work related. And so we obviously got vehicles because we do tours. One of them had been, someone had hit them, so I had to replace the rear tail light. Mate, see, going out and just changing this tail light, mate.
It's such a nice feeling,
It took
isn't
me
it?
like 30 minutes, but for those 30 minutes I was like, oh, this is just so manual labor.
Yeah,
it's so relaxing.
I don't know, honestly, I think someone said to me this the other day, it's just, they were just like, you're just so like men, you're just a man. And I'm just like, yes. I'm like, yes. And because like nowadays you don't hear people just being, you're just a man.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, you know what? Yes, I just wanted to go and do shit.
Yeah, I know.
Go and build shit.
Well, this week I definitely feel very manly with changing that rear tail light, which honestly it took me about 2 seconds.
But it feels so good, don't you?
Wow. And then, and also we had to, one of our vehicles is in the shop, so I had to pick up they gave me a pickup truck, like a brand new one. Brand new 2024 pickup truck. I've never felt cooler and manlier driving.
I love my pickup.
Because see before that, right? If you had said this to me before this week, I'd be like, yeah, it's a fucking pickup truck. Like, oh mate.
No, like
you feel ultimately.
Yeah, because
so cool.
I've talked to a few people about this. If you own a pickup, you understand why you own a pickup.
Yeah.
You don't own it for gas mileage. You don't do it for any of this stuff. Like, you own it for storage, shit you can move around, you can get places, and just because there's something about driving a pickup.
Oh mate, it's the cool.
Like,
it's just massive as well.
Yeah, they're just nice.
Yeah, I have no need for one. Because I need to give it back this week coming, but I've been thinking like what was I get if I was all the universe was like how. Imagine I kept this. I was like, I wouldn't even need it. Like I'd maybe need it once a year to like move a couch for someone. But I'm like, I never fucking need that.
Yeah, see, I love it because I can just.
It's so cool.
Because the amount of like skis, boards, and
all
that
is
shit
true.
I've got,
you
can just chuck it all in.
Yeah.
Put the tonneau cover over, leave it. You don't have to take the stuff back in afterwards. You can just leave it there, go up the next day.
Yeah.
Like, it's so handy for that. And that I want to put because on this summer, because last summer I just got I got so much into work. I just didn't feel like I enjoyed the summer. Like, yeah, I remember I was talking about it like at the gym. We were just like, we're fucking knackered.
Yeah.
And like, so this year I'm like kind of putting goals to myself. Because I felt like last year I just kind of coasting through, just doing stuff.
I don't think I did anything last summer. Really.
Yeah, and it wasn't enjoyable. And now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do like a whole like camping setup on my truck. Like get one of those like foldable tents, like do all that stuff. Like, actually go like not rock climbing, go hikes on actual mountains, do all that stuff. Because I just, like I said, just did nothing last summer. All I did was work and maybe go down to the lakes and just chill. Obviously, it's beautiful here, so you can't. You're happy doing it, but it's just you can do more out here.
Yeah, no, definitely me. I did like absolutely fuck all last summer.
Yeah, and it just if I'm living out here, I just felt because I remember when I lived back in Jasper and like during everyone was like COVID was so hard. I love COVID. I loved COVID because I was out here the whole time. I fucking loved it. It was the best year, the best few years of my life.
Yeah,
because we would just literally we'd go like you go to the beach, stay there for a while, and then you're like, all right, let's go on a massive hike. Go on a massive hike. We did a really good one. It was basically what's it called again? I think it's called like Hawk Canyon. It's back in Jasper, and it's like it's probably about five waterfalls that you got to abseil down. You did, and it's sick. Like you basically climb up Morrow if you do. They basically say it's a mountain. It's a hill. It's kind of like
tunnel.
It's a bit bigger than tunnel, but you hike up that, then you hike down the other side of it, and then you go kind of up Hawk, and then you go into like the canyon of it. And like it's so sick because there's like probably like 70 feet like waterfall drop, so you gotta abseil down. Like you go.
Did you go back up them? I assume.
No,
you come out another way.
Yeah, you come. You basically you can do it either or. Like in the winter, people normally go up the way. Yeah. Because obviously the ice climbing, and then during the summer, normally people go down it. Yeah. Because this is just a little bit nicer then. But yeah, it's sick. By the end though, the amount of midges and like bugs that are around are just swarming for you. You're just like, get me out of this place. Yeah. Like it's like hell, but it's such an amazing like experience, and I'm like, fuck, I need to get back doing that shit. Yeah, I know. Like I just miss doing that.
Yeah, Cass and my girlfriend and I did a hike in Hawaii that was like that. It was honestly, mate, it was unreal. But we got to like a section of it where like the midges and mosquitoes and whatever else. I was sound. I was totally fine. Cass was like getting like swarmed. Like a couple were passing us, and the girl actually gave Cass leggings.
Well, I think it's to do with your blood type. I think.
Oh, is it?
I think that's what I think that's. I know that's. I think I got told that some reason it's to do with your blood type and the amount of like heat you're like kind of.
Oh, Cass is like a radiating heat.
Yeah, because I'm the same.
Cass radiates
heat, and they just love it.
Yeah, like if you sleep with her at night, like. Winter, it's amazing because she's so warm. It's like a blanket. See, in the summer though, I'm like, don't touch me.
I'm horrible in the summer. I'm like a human furnace. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So was Jasper the place that you went to first when you came?
Yeah, I honestly lived in Jasper for like, what was it? 5, 6 years.
Jane, you'll go back. So I know you love. Yeah, absolutely.
I think I will eventually. I don't know when.
What made you move out of it? Just like
I needed to get PR stuff done and like needed a change. Really, like I needed a change. Like I was just I loved it at being there and everything like that, but I just felt like I was so stuck in life. So like it was nice coming out here, but the amount of times that I'm just like I've regretted that a little bit. But at the same time, I've made a decision. I've got to go with it. Yeah. But I'm a completely different person as well from that back then, which is quite nice. Yeah. Like I've definitely, I wouldn't say completely different. I've grown.
Okay, right.
Like I would say more grown in it. But I think that's just with age and just doing stuff as well. And like with the work, it's been nice as well because I'm doing a lot more proper work now. Like it's been quite nice getting into that stuff. But there's just so much stuff I miss of it. Like it feels homely. Yeah. I've always felt like at home there. Yeah. Like I love Banff, but Jasper's home. Well, I think weird. Yeah. It's a weird like because I said it to my mum like so many times, and I felt bad saying it to her because I'm just like she's like but home's back here.
You're like but
I'm like home, but I feel at home there. Yeah. Like it's such a like everyone. It's just such a nice place. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like a lot of people I've talked that live there and like locals I know and stuff like that, they will understand if you live there, you live there. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say here.
Is it as touristy as Banff?
Nowhere near as touristy.
Yeah, because that's the one
which is quite nice about it. Like it's ridiculous how much tourist it is compared to here. Yeah. Like, it is fucking touristy here.
Oh yeah.
I think that's another reason why I liked Jasper a bit more, because you just had that like split, and you actually had a shoulder season. You knew the locals really nice, and it's just like, just Jasper always had like, it has a different vibe as well. Like it just has a different feel to what it does here. But then at the same time, it's great here. Like, I do love Banff, but yeah, Jasper is like home to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I've not had the experience of Jasper. I've been there a couple of times, but for like days. But I do think the experience of Banff sometimes it's like you kind of totally agree with you. Like it's unreal, beautiful, etc. But then there's other days where I'm like, fuck, you do feel like you're living in a tourist town.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean?
And Jasper, you just didn't feel like. You just
Yeah.
didn't feel like. I think it's just because of just how well known it is, and like obviously, it's an hour and a half away from the sea.
Yeah.
Jasper's 4 hours on a good day away from the sea.
Have you been up there since the fire?
Yeah.
Is it bad? How bad was it?
It was fucking.
Is it really bad? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a massive fire.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're like, when I was living there, we'd said it for years on end. Like, it's gonna go. Like, the place is like, they had like 100 years of fire prevention, all this kind of stuff. Like, it was gonna happen. Like, pine beetle didn't help as well. Do you know about the pine?
I don't know.
So the pine beetle was a massive invasive species that started to kill loads of pine trees. Basically, the only way you could kill them is fire or minus 40 for like 3 weeks.
Right. Okay.
It was. And like, we kind of got those temperatures, kind of didn't. So like, when I first got there, the trees are pretty green and like all that stuff. There's a place called like Edge of the World. Amazing. Go there if
I've heard of it. Yeah.
like, it's so nice. But the first time I went there, green, lovely. And then I went there like, obviously went there quite regularly. So, and then it just didn't go up there for a few years, and then went to the Edge of the World, and I was just like, holy shit, there's a lot of brown.
Yeah.
You could see the drastic difference between the green and the brown, and it was mental.
And the brown's obviously dead trees.
Yeah. And it takes like, with the pine beetle, it takes like a few years for it to actually, like, pine beetle will go in, it will die, but the tree, I think, takes like I don't know exactly, but like, it takes like quite a few years for it actually to die and like go from there, which is pretty shit. But yeah, like I said, like the town's been saying it's gonna get a fire for like ages. Like there was one. I'm trying to remember. 2025 now? 2023 or 2022? We had a fire from the Hinton side. There was a massive one out there, and it did pretty much most of that valley, and we all thought it was coming to the town then, because we lost power for like a month and a bit, like
That's
2
mad.
months. The generators were all going on. Like, luckily our house was part of the what's it called, the grid with the community centre and all that kind of stuff, so we were actually quite lucky because we were on that part. But I know loads of mates that are on the other side of town, they were like coming over to ours, like having showers, like come food, like with barbecues, like mad and all that kind of stuff, just because of the fires. Like, I was coming, I actually it was a bit of an annoying situation for me, because I just gone to the city, dropped my truck off, getting a new transmission, come back on a bus, and I'm like, I'm just looking around, like looking at some trees, and I'm like, is that a fire up there? And I'm like, I've got like a video on my phone from it, and I'm like, I think that's a fire. So I call it in and all that stuff. They're like, yeah, like we're pretty sure it's from a lightning and all that stuff. And then wake up the next day, fucking the whole back end of that valley just going up.
No way.
Like, and I'm just like, fuck, I got no vehicle now.
Yeah, like how are you gonna get all your shit?
Yeah, I got no, but luckily I still live with my good mate then, Jan. So he's like, I live with his mate, well, with my mate and his missus. Luckily they've got a car. She's Canadian, so her family's got like a house, like a cabin, like down in BC. So if it came to it, we were like, okay, that's where we're going. Yeah, we're doing it. But luckily it didn't come to that, which we were quite happy. But yeah, that place has been going. Like, we've been saying for years, like it's gonna happen, just because 100 years for fire prevention, they planted more trees than the actual place should have. So it's just like all the ground levels is just trees and trees on top of trees. There's no like undergrowth or anything like that. So like, it's mad seeing Jasper now how it is, like just because it looks like a absolute like just warfare that's come through. It is emotional. Like I was surprised how I thought. I was like, I'll be fine, but I was surprised how emotional I got when I went back.
Yeah, especially if it's somewhere that you think of as home.
That's it. Like it was just like holy shit. And when it was all happening, everyone was like, I kept on asking like people like, I just want to know like how is everyone doing? Because like, and they're like, why are you so? I'm like, because it was my fucking home. Like, I know I'm out here and I know I'm not there, but it's home.
Yeah.
Like it was weird how much of a connection like it made me have to that place even more.
That's, well, not nice that there was a fire, but it's nice that you have that connection.
Yeah, no, that's it completely.
So what made you choose Jasper when you were like? I guess 2 questions. What made you think of Canada, and then what made you think of Jasper? Because 18's like young.
Yeah, 18's young. My mum.
Yeah.
Mainly it was a mum thing.
She's like, fuck off.
Pretty much. No, I don't like. I think she just kind of. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say people ask me this question and I never have an answer, so I don't feel like
Yeah, like I like. I think my mum wanted me to get out, do shit, which was like always quite. She was just like wanted me to do something because I kind of like finished school, like I was like like I was pretty much like working. Like my last few years, I was working, and then like did school, and then I was just like doing the job. I was working for this absolute dickhead, like doing my landscaping, and I was like, fuck you, went off and did my own thing, like learned all my shit, and I was like, he's a cunt.
Right, okay,
He's a fucking twat.
Yeah.
And then like, I think my mum just meant, like, there's this program, Simply Snow Sports.
Yeah.
Awesome program. Like, so mum suggested it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, learn how to like snowboard instruct, like, basically, it was like he doesn't do it anymore, but at the time it was like a 4-month course. It was where you get your level 1 and 2, you would, and then you'd end up working, you would, which was great. Where was I going with this?
You were moving to Canada and then moving to Jasper, and you said your mum kind of like shooed you out the door, and then
she didn't shoot me, but she was like trying to like, come on,
spread your wings.
Go and do it, spread your wings. And well, when I first got out here, liked it. Then I hated it.
That's so young, mate. It's about 18.
Like I remember apparently I forgot that I did this because apparently I called my mum and was like, I want to come back. I'm coming back. My mum was like, give it another month.
Yeah.
Called her 2 weeks later and said, I'm staying for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm doing the whole ride out, and I fell in love with it. Like it was the best decision I did at 18. I think everyone should do it.
Yeah, I mean, I can empathise with that because I did. So I went when I was 23. That's why I keep saying how it was so young, because I remember when I was 23, I travelled for 6 months, went to Australia for a year, and I remember having the same conversation with my mum and being like, I want to come home. I'm hating this. And she was like, nah, like just get to the next. Because I was travelling at this point. She was like, nah, just like get to the next place. You're probably just not enjoying when you are. And again, same thing. It was like the best thing I ever did. But like that was me 5 years older than you. Like you know, so yeah. I mean, I don't know how mature I would have been, but I would have been slightly maturer than myself at 18.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine at 18 being like, oh, I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the times, and they're just like, you're so. And like when I think to like now, and people are like, you're like quite mature for like 26, and I'm just like. And then I tell them like what I did when I was 8, and they're like, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it makes sense. But like, it's honestly the best decision I did. Like, I recommend, as soon as you're 18, fuck off.
Yeah, no, I know.
Fuck off from home, because that is like, what is it? 0 to like 18. That is your whole childhood. Like, well, I think childhood life.
Yeah.
Like, until you get to like actual like 20. Like that's when you're actually getting into your younger. Because I heard someone say this, which like blew my mind, and I was just like, yes. So, like, obviously, it is your childhood life, like, but when you're 18, you're like, oh, I know everything.
Totally.
Like, but like when you hit 18, you're technically 1 in my eyes. You are 1 year old.
Yeah.
And then when you get to like kind of that 30 age, that's when you're getting into your teenage years.
Oh, okay.
You are. And then like teenage years are like 30 to like 40 kind of age.
Yeah.
And then you're getting into like your 20s when you're into like your 40s. And then like it kind of goes from there.
Yeah.
And I was saying this to a few people, and they're just like, okay, this kind of makes sense.
Kinda makes
Like,
sense,
it kind of
yeah.
does make sense. And I'm like, because I've talked to, because like 20s, obviously you try everything. Like, I think that's like, everyone's like, you should know what you're doing at your 20s, and I know you fucking don't.
No,
No, you fucking don't. The amount of jobs I did when I was between now and then is fucking ridiculous. Like, but
But I do
best
think that,
thing.
yeah, I think we kind of like obviously share that in common, but I do think that's not as common with like, so I got pals back home who, maybe school, university,
Yeah,
some of them
same.
have stayed in, and they have good jobs, but some of them have stayed in those jobs for, till now, you know, for
Yeah.
like a decade
I
now.
reckon my mate's going to be end up doing the same.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I'm the same as you though, where I did engineering, construction, I'm now doing outdoor venture stuff. And each time I've like, you know, not one of them has been the like, oh, this, evidently the engineering and the construction I didn't love, otherwise I'd be doing them.
Yeah.
But like, you know, even though like I did something that I didn't enjoy, I'm like it kind of like, it was like, it almost like closed one door, so I didn't need to like, it kind of like put me in the right direction is what I'm saying. Even though it wasn't the right thing at the time, it was like, cool, that's been ticked off.
Yeah.
Now then, let's try this or that. And it kind of like funnels you eventually into like...
No, that's it. That's it exactly. It's just like trying those different things, but you're right. It just funnels you to the right place
Yeah.
where you want to end up going.
I also think that's bad. Like, even now, mate, you know, I'm slightly older, I'm 31, and even now I'm like, yeah, like, I feel like I still have another, like, another change, like, work-wise to, like, keep going. Because, I don't know, like... And yeah, I'm 31, but then I also have I look at my other mates from my age and they're all like having babies, getting married. And I'm just like, oh, mate, I'm so... At times I enjoy the freedom that I have, and then other times I do look at them and I'm like, oh man, it probably would be good if I had all that stuff. And I think it's just the envy of knowing where they're going.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the freedom, but sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, I wish I just knew that I was doing this one thing.
Because like how my brain works, I like routine. I like all this shit. But at the same time, my brain hates getting told what to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't like routine. So it's just a constant battle. So like doing this kind of shit is great for me. But you're right, it's like you sometimes like look at your mates and like, oh, they've got that job that they're gonna be good for a while. Saving loads of money, like you see them do this, but then I'm just like, nah, I can do that.
Well, yeah, because I kind of like take it way, I take like 100 steps ahead where I'm like, am I going to be like 60 and look back and be like, you and I don't know, like where either of us will live at the age of 60, but look back and be like, oh, I lived in Canada, I lived in Australia,
Yeah, that's
I did X,
it.
Y, Z. I tried ski instructing, I tried this, I tried events. And you'd be like, whereas would someone who hasn't done that at the age of 60, would they be like, oh man, I just did the same shit?
That's it. Because I've been having a lot of these thoughts recently. Because I'm just like, have I chose that I've done the right thing? And then I keep going back to that like thought. It's like, how am I actually going to be when I'm like this old? Am I going to be happy with how I've done my life so far? And I keep thinking yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fuck it.
And also
Carrying on with what I'm doing.
Yeah, and also without getting too like negative and deep about it, like you also don't like you may like I'm talking as if 60 is a guarantee.
Yeah, fuck
So I mean,
knows where.
like fucking next year you might get some
like-
horrifying disease, and then you're like, oh well, at least I spent my life.
Yeah, no, that's it. At
You're
least
like,
I've
oh,
spent
I've
like
spent my
what I want to do. Because like in the last like, what was it? Even the last 8 years, like I've had so many. I feel like losses in the family, friends, and like all this kind of stuff. So it just puts that perspective like to me quite a bit.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, okay, I actually want to live my life and like all this stuff. And then coming back to the injuries, every time I've got injured, it makes me bounce back even more.
Yeah.
Because now I'm just like, okay, I've got to do more shit now.
Yeah, and I think as well with injuries, I personally find that they make me appreciate like not being injured and shit, but also like it's definitely, you know, people say like they end up being a good thing because I have like dialed in like my technique, and also I've just dialed in like why am I doing this, and I've like cut a lot of the shitty. I mean, mainly
Just,
like,
you just cut the bullshit out.
yeah,
don't
just cut
you?
the bullshit. I'm like, right, okay, I want to do these things in my life, and this is what's going to help me to do it. And evidently, this stuff isn't, so I'm just fucking binning that off. And it's all been from injuries because I'm like, and then as soon as you're injured, man, like even last week when I was sick a little bit and I had that weird chlorine rash thing, I was like, I was doing other things to be fair, but I was like, fuck, this is pish, man. Like, I can't really.
That's it, because my especially like with all this, my brain, like, even when I'm like, I can't move, my brain's just like, you need to do shit, you need to do shit, you need to do shit. And I'm like, no, I need to rest.
I know.
I need to rest. I can't even do. But my brain's just like, it's just like on overload. And I'm like, okay, this is not. So that's what I've like made me realize in the last few months. I've just been like, no, okay, I need to take a step back, look after myself a bit more, kind of just recenter myself. So I kind of use like injuries as kind of like a little bit of a therapy for me.
Yeah.
Because you end up actually just like taking a step back for yourself.
It's like forced.
Yeah, you're forced to do it, and like it's the best thing. Like,
yeah. Have you ever like meditated or anything like that? Or have you tried it?
I've tried it.
Yeah.
Like I've tried it a few times, but like never really kind of got anywhere. Did try it on shrooms. Did help.
Yeah.
It does help with shrooms.
Yeah.
But I could just never like. I think I had like therapy when I was like really young.
Right. Okay.
Because what was it? Parents going through divorces and like all this stuff, so you get sent into. I think you get sent into like therapy and like all this kind of stuff, and I think I remember hating it. Like I've never been like when I was younger, never really talked about it as much. But I feel like as I've got older, I've become so much more of an open book.
Yeah.
I don't just give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. Who cares?
I'm just like, who cares? I don't care. And like it's getting to that point where you are like you don't care, and that was the best thing. I think as well when people say when you turn 25. You're gonna feel different. And I was like, fuck off, no I'm not. No, I'm not. You feel fucking different.
Yeah.
Like your brain changes and I just didn't realise how much it fucking changed.
Yeah.
I think it just goes back to that where, what is it, the frontal lobe, like it's fully like, your frontal lobe is fully developed when you're 25 for guys. And like, it's just, I don't know what it is, but it just, you feel different. Your mindset changes. And I don't know. No,
I know what you mean. Like I remember when I turned 26, that was the first time I'd been like, oh, I'm in my. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I just remember being like, wow, I'm 26. When I got to, I'm 31 now, and I've said that a few times now. But when I got to 30, that was the first time that when you talk to your parents or people generally just older than you, and they're like, oh, like I'm 50 and my life's flown by, and you're like, yeah, whatever. 30 was the first age where I was like, fucking hell, man, that's mad.
Yeah, see, like for me, it's been like the last little bit. I think it's just because it's all I've been really thinking. I've not been doing much, so I've been thinking about it a bit more. So that's why I'm just like, shitting hell, fucking life is going quick.
Yeah, no,
so it's just making me think, oh, I need to take a day and just like. So that comes back to like the summer shit where I'm just like, okay, I can't have like last summer because it felt like a waste.
Well, that's what I actually, so totally agree with you in the summer, but I also had that at Christmas just there. So Cass is away, she's studying in Ontario, so obviously I didn't see her, but I was planning on going, I did go and see her for like the 30th of December to the 6th of June.
Yeah, because you said you were going to, remember we were passing the street, you said you were going for New Year's.
Yeah. But I made in hindsight, I made the wrong choice where I was like, oh, I'll just like, work all through Christmas.
Yeah.
I didn't really make that choice, I had to do it. But then I was also like, I went for a few nights out, like literally I think 2. They went wild, there was like a few pints in the pub. Yeah. So I say that just to say I didn't really do anything like, for Christmas that was like in any way like Christmassy. And then I remember it passed me by and I was like, I can't believe I just wasted that. No, I'm not like crazy. I'm not. I'm like a mad
I know what
Christmas
you mean.
person,
It's actually just like getting into the holiday and like.
Because you don't get that many.
No, you don't.
And it's like, oh sweet, I just fucking totally wasted that.
Yeah. No,
could have done anything.
That's it. Because I think someone said to me is like, think of it like this: if you've got.
Sorry, go.
This was a big one for me. It was like for birthdays and like all this kind of stuff. Do you know Bert Kreisler?
Yeah,
like
comedian.
The comedian.
Yeah.
Like always topless.
Drinking.
I love him. Yeah, I love him. I watch his podcast quite a lot, and he made me think of it, and he was like, so like, how many like from like say you're 30, say if you live to like I don't know, just make it easy, 60. Technically, you've only got 30 birthdays.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, and then you're like, okay, and then he was just like. He was like 50, from 50 to like when he was like, I remember 11 of those birthdays. He was like that.
He was hammered.
Well, no, he just for doing like
he just didn't do anything.
Just
so
didn't do anything, or didn't do anything memorable, or like something like that. And then I was just like, holy shit, yeah. So it just made me think, oh fuck, I've lost my thought.
About not wasting like your birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, like actually like
time.
Go and do something, like make because I've never, like the last few birthdays, like I probably haven't made a big thing about my birthday.
Nah, neither have I.
Because I've just been like, oh, it's just whatever, it's
Yeah.
another day. And now I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go fucking do like, I don't know, skydive on my birthday or some shit like that. To be fair, that's what I'm doing this summer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
For
your birthday?
No, I was supposed to do
just in
it
general.
just because I was supposed to do it last summer, but again, it's fucking work.
Yeah,
So I was like,
but
okay,
no.
I need to actually do shit for myself.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like thinking of it, stuff like you've got like, holy shit, it's like, say I've only got like, or say from now to like 30, I've only got 30 winters. Like, that's not that many. Like 30, when someone says that to you, you got 30, like if you say you got 30 winters left, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. I had the exact same thing. Exactly. It was a guy, I was living in Australia at the time, and I have a conversation with this guy, both like steaming in a pub in the smoking area. And he was an Irish guy, and he was like, we were chatting about how I was like living there, and he was like, what? But effectively what he was doing was he was telling me the exact same thing that you just said there. And he was like, okay, if you live here for the rest of your life, at that point I would have been like 24 maybe, 25. Right. Just make it 25 to make it easy. And he was like, say you live to be, oh no, sorry. And he was like, what age are your mum and dad? So at that point they would have been like early 60s. And he was like, right, okay, like say they live to like 80. He was like, so at this point in time they're 65, they lived to 8, so that's 15 years. He was like, you lived here, would you go home every single year? And I said, nah, probably not. And he said, okay, so like once every couple of years? And I was like, yeah, maybe. And he
so
like,
you're only going to see them
you'll
like...
see them 7 or 8 more times before they die.
That's it.
And I was just like...
Yeah, no, that's like the way I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it puts everything in perspective, doesn't it? You're just like, holy fuck. I
was like, I want to go home.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I know, and I think, that stuck with me forever. Like, I honestly, it stuck with me forever, and it's definitely something I struggled with living here. Like, I went home twice last year, like in a crazy, I think I was telling you, but this crazy whirlwind, like, I had 2 weddings that I had to go to. I had various weddings, but I ended up only going to 2. And I remember it was my sister's wedding. Man, I'm not just saying this to be macho or anything like that. Like, I have cried, and this is the story I would tell, but before that, I haven't cried forever. I'll tear up listening to like stupid shit, but I won't like actual cry. But anyway, I remember it was my sister's wedding, and I'm steaming, obviously.
Well, I wouldn't be Scottish.
Yeah, I know. Right. And but it was the dinner, and we were all sitting there. My dad's giving a speech, and he's like, "This is the first time in 4 years that my whole family's been together."
Oh, yeah.
Mate, I was just like...
Well, yeah, no, because it gets to you, doesn't it? Like, you're just
totally
like, holy shit.
I know. I was like... Everyone's kind of looking at me like, who's it? Because I don't even know if they knew who I was.
No, but listen, because I talked to one of my mates about this, like, years ago. It's like, for, like, us that, like, come over here, travel, like, emigrate and stuff like that, like, try and do stuff away from, like... So most of it, like, we're the first ones out of our family that have gone and done this stuff. Nobody ever really talks about like the kind of emotional impact that it puts on you. Yeah. Because you're just like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna go do all this, but like the birthdays I've missed, the deaths I've missed, like you miss so much of you like parts of your family. Yeah, I missed every stag. I've got. So I missed 2 of my mates' weddings. I missed 4 stag do's. My dad's 70th this year. I'm gonna miss that. Yeah. Both my sisters had babies. Missed both of them. Yeah, because I've missed my like dad's weddings. Yeah. I've missed other stuff. And it's just like
it's pish.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, yeah, it's pish. Because I was going to be like, yeah, but it's only a day. But then I think also it's like we're also that age where like all these things start to like. I guess if I was younger, like as in early 20s, no one's really getting married.
Yeah, that's it. Because when I was younger, it didn't really bother me as much. But I think because as I'm getting like closer to that now, and now it's like. Ooh, that's okay. I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Yeah. Like, and I'm at the none of my mates have got married or. No. Yeah, I don't know if they will yet or anything like that back home. But it's just, it just makes you think. Yeah, definitely. I think it's, people don't necessarily see this. The people back home necessarily don't see this. Yeah, that's it. It's the people back home that don't see it. Like, people out here would do it, but we don't really talk about it. Yeah. Because it's never. I find especially when you're doing like season to season and like you're doing stuff like that, it's kind of quite a big thing because there's like I never thought it was a thing. Seasonal depression is fucking massive in the ski industry.
Yeah.
Like it's huge.
I mean, I got that back home, just
Yeah.
like shite weather all the time.
Yeah, but that's fucking back in the UK.
Yeah.
That's the UK, isn't it?
That's just life.
That's just life in the UK. It's just brown.
Yeah.
Brown and grey.
Great, yeah, I know.
And then you come here and you're like, oh, colours.
I know. I've actually convinced myself that the weather in the UK isn't that bad. And I went home and my uncle, who's lived
Fucking shit.
yeah, he lived in Edinburgh for
Yeah, it's shocking.
30 years, and he said this has been the worst summer. He's like, it's just rained the whole time.
Yeah, my mum was like saying, I was like, oh, how's it? And she's like, it's just fucking
The worst.
great.
Yeah. I'm like, surely it's not that bad.
I'm
And
like,
he's
surely it's not that bad. And they were like, it's
because
fucking
it's here,
bad.
it's like, I mean, you obviously get like maybe a couple of weeks where it rains in the shoulder
And it's not
seasons.
even like fat rain,
Nah,
like back
I like
home.
it. I'm like buzzing.
I know, you're like, fuck yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
just
raining.
changed.
Like, go run outside,
I
yeah.
know. But how have you found the culture of moving to Canada? Like, I mean, you've been here for so long, but like at the beginning, did you?
At the beginning, I say I didn't really have Canadian culture because of like how back in Jasper, it was so many Aussies,
Yeah.
so many Kiwis.
Yeah.
Like there was probably a few British people there. Like when I found a Scottish person in Jasper, it was the best
friends.
best fucking friends, like
Yeah.
best feeling. Like obviously, I got a lot of really good Aussie mates and Kiwi mates that I never knew from. Wouldn't I've ever thought I would know. Like I've got so many mates like over there now that I can literally, if I'm going over there, I can just be like, yo, can I come crash on it and come and stay like for a while, and they'd be like, yeah, sweet. And it's just like, but I felt like when I probably started getting into the Canadian culture more out here would have been probably like towards like after the first few years living
I think
here.
the same, yeah.
Like it would have been like, because when you're like, okay, I'm chill, like you're just taking everything in. You don't really get into the culture as much, I feel. But I feel like when you start realizing you want to stay and you want to actually live in here, that's when you get into it a little bit more. Like I love hockey.
Oh, do you?
I
Yeah.
love a bit of ice hockey.
Are you
now.
like a Calgary fan, or are you?
Nah, Oilers.
Yeah, Calgary.
Yeah. Shite.
I've actually been in quite a few games, like maybe 4 or 5. Mate, only ever seen them lose ever.
Yeah, fucking Oilers all the way, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I got into like the hockey, like cultures a little bit more. Like just
Got a pickup truck.
you got a pickup truck now.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's definitely parts that I'm like, okay, there's definitely bits that I don't like about Canadian culture, but there's stuff I love. Like coming from the UK and doing like measurements and all this stuff like in inches, and like as a dyslexic person, inches and the quarters of like just give me millimeters, please. Just give me millimeters, centimeters. It's so much easier, and like just getting like wrapping your head around that kind of stuff. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But like it's definitely, I do find like Canadians have quite a similar like kind of standpoint on their culture to some like Scottish people. Like they kind of, but then at the same time it's like there's some Canadians that just aren't happy with their like culture, and I'm like, yeah, that shit happened, but like it's your culture.
You mean like the reservations and shit?
That stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff's hard though.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, I remember all that was going, because I was in Jasper when all that was like all coming out, and obviously in like, I feel like in mountain towns you get quite used to kind of the indigenous cultures, and like it's all quite already like in the mountain towns already, which I love, which is awesome, because it's just like we've got there's a mountain called Old Man in Jasper. I think it's probably one of my favorite mountains other than Pyramid. It's basically, in spring it's the best, because it looks like he's got like a whole on like Indian headdress, like just a man like lying down. It's kind of like he was like the chief looking down on the town. It was, and like just learning like little culture parts about like that kind of stuff, like the indigenous culture. Like it's mental, like learning all that kind of stuff. It's sick, like hearing that stuff.
And I think that's the thing as well. Like, come from the UK, you don't.
Yeah, you
that
don't
stuff.
hear that as much as, because we've got like our Celts and all the stuff like that, but I feel like that's just history.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Like yeah, we've got our Celts, but it is a lot. It's a lot different because it's like the indigenous were here before us, like before they got invaded here. So I love learning about the indigenous culture. I feel like I've definitely noticed over the last few years that it's kind of been put out more.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like it's definitely, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Like I love it, but I love history.
Mate, I'm the same. I
love history. Like, I love wars and all that shit.
Dude, there's a podcast called I'll send it to you after this. It's called A Short History of. Mate, it is. I found it like 2-3 weeks ago. I'm obsessed with it.
Okay,
it's unreal, mate. It's all history.
There's another one I got told from Bert. He got, I think, what's it called? It's like fucked up history or something like that, and it's like what if the Nazis won and like shit like that, and it's this bloke and it's quite good. I'll see if I can find it as well. I'll send it to you.
I think I like this one because it's like it's an English guy that does it, and he's got one of those voices where you could like fall asleep listening to it.
Yeah.
It's like very good at narrating, and they're all like really short. They're like 30 to like an hour long.
Oh, nice.
But I remember, so I'll send it to you. But I remember, so like a year or so ago, I hit up. So I did the same as you when I came here. I did like a kind of like, you come and they teach you to ski and snowboard and stuff like that. And part of the program was they kind of introduce you a bit to.
So where did you first come to Banff?
I first came to Banff. Yeah, I did it.
So have you been here the whole time you've been?
The whole time.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So how long have you been here now?
Like 4.5 years.
Oh nice. Yeah.
Maybe less than 4.
So you came
November 2020.
Yeah, it would have been before COVID. Because did you stay out here for COVID?
I came here in COVID.
Oh, nice. How the fuck did you manage that?
So it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
So what had happened was, actually, you know what? It wasn't that hard, but it was very stressful at the time.
I remember.
What had happened was, I'd got my visa, that was hard, because it's fucking, I know you did it at 18, but took me 2.5 years to get it.
My mum helped me loads. Like,
yeah,
my mum helped me loads do it.
So
if I didn't have my mum, fuck me is where I would be.
Yeah, I know. So I got that, and then I got that, and then COVID happened. So I got it in November of 2019. You get a year to come here. COVID happens March 2020. So like 4 months after I get my visa. So the whole I didn't really hear anything about it, and then I get an email on the website being like, hey, you can still come, but you also, because at that point you could just get your visa and wing a job when you got here.
Yeah.
Whereas they were like, you now need a job before you come.
Yeah.
So then that's what put me onto the whole Timberline, which is one of these many programs that they they help you ski and shit. And honestly, I did it because twofold. Mainly, I did it to get in the country, and then secondly, I was like, oh, I want to be better at snowboarding. And it was literally the only job I got. So I got that. And then I came here in COVID, and
what was Banff like during COVID?
It was just dead.
Was it? Yeah.
Just dead. It was so clean, so dead. So I lived
That's why I love Jasper.
Yeah, I lived in a bit of a bubble where I was like, fucking hell, man, this place is so. I couldn't get over how clean it was. And I remember, and then it was also super quiet. Weirdly, the ski hill was the only thing that was open, so that's all. And I was
because we were the same. We were I think we were one of the last hills to stay open because we were just we were all just staying as long as we can. Yeah. Because we're like, fuck it, what else is there to do?
Yeah. And then so then I was mate, which is just mental. But yeah, it was sweet. But then obviously once now, X many years later, it's and it's gone back to being super busy in tourism.
Yeah,
it's also
busy
and it's fucking literally.
I remember how because I didn't really ever come here. The only time I would ever come to Banff was literally go up to the hill, come here, get something to eat, go stay in Camel. That was what we always did because we were we're staying away from the town of Banff because it's just how busy it was.
Yeah,
before COVID, we didn't mind it as much because we're sweet. But then after COVID, this place has got just fucked.
I know, I've probably said this to you numerous times, but I always make the joke of how if I meet someone who's actually born and raised in Banff, I'm uber nice to them.
Yeah.
Just because I'm it must be well annoying to have. I mean, obviously, we're still part of the problem. Granted, we're here longer, but it must be well annoying, mate, to grow up in a place and it's just over the years it's just got busier and busier and busier, and no one's perfect, but you know, you get like just like ignorant tourists that are just like make a mess.
Yeah,
like,
it's
act like
the,
cunts.
it's the, I can't say the word. You just said it. It's gonna take me a while.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. Increase?
No, you literally just said it. I
What was that
can't.
talking about?
People being annoyed about stuff.
Annoying?
Fuck. No. This happens quite a lot. My brain I can think of the word, but
Yeah.
I can't like say the fucking word. And
You spell it?
I will. No.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
I
even
said
worse.
dyslexic person to spell something.
Yeah, I know. We have the fucking worst thing. We can't even spell dyslexia.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why the
what
fuck
do you
makes
have?
that
Yeah,
shit?
I know.
Yeah.
But no, I think. Well, yeah, and just like it must be so annoying just having people
No. Sorry.
ignorant.
Yeah, ignorant. That's
ignorant,
it.
yeah. Ignorant.
Ignorant.
I don't know if that's mate, the amount of times. So that's also something that I've realized since I've lived here is like I'll say stuff that to you and I is like I'm saying it like clear, and I'm not like using it or like mumbling Scottish language or slang, and folk will still be like, "What?"
Huh? Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I can't think of something off the top of my head, but
No,
like ghetto. I say ghetto, and they're like, "What?"
What?
I'm like, "Yeah, that ghetto over there," and they're like, "What, a ghetto?" And I was like, and
Yeah,
some days I like buzz off it. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm different and unique," and then other days I'm just like, "Oh my god, mate."
Yeah. Like the amount of people that come through here, like, come on.
I know, mate. I'm like, everyone's Australian here. How can you not understand me?
The amount of people that think I'm fucking Aussie.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I get it. I probably look Aussie.
yeah.
Like, I probably give off that look of, but I'm like, how the fuck do I sound like an Aussie?
I think they've never heard it.
Like,
Yeah, people call me on the phone and they'll be like, for like work obviously, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, we're coming to Banff doing blah blah blah," and then they'll be like, "Oh, like I love your accent." I'm like, "Oh, like thanks." At first I used to engage in that and be like,
yeah,
"Ah," but as now I'm just like, "Thanks."
Yeah, you just like, oh, fuck
And they'd be like, "Oh, like can't wait to come to Banff so I can hear more like everyone speak like that." I'm like, "Wait, people don't speak like that here."
Yeah,
I think
like,
but I
no.
think people at times have thought like, "Oh, like Banff, like you are from Banff." That's what people from Banff say. Like,
yeah, and that's it. And you're like, no,
nah.
no, it definitely isn't.
Yeah, but like you know, like I could see how, being born and raised here must just be so annoying, man. Not necessarily with people coming, but just with the fact that it started to like, especially in the last couple of years. That I've been here,
especially in the last couple
start to
of
like
years,
limit. Like you can't go up Moraine Lake. You know,
yeah,
like
because I still haven't. I haven't done any of that stuff.
no. Oh mate, let me know because you could do it. With us.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I will now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, no, but that's the thing. I haven't been. I've like gone like I can't. I'm not gonna go do this stuff. I'm not gonna go do
Yeah.
that because it's just like because obviously you just feel like you live as a local. Like,
Yeah.
Because you've been living here for so long, and it's like. And you don't feel like a tourist or anything, or like a seasonal worker or stuff like that. And you want to go do this stuff, but you don't because it's like, you're just like, it's going to be busy with tourists. It's going to be awkward to get to because I need to get a bus to get a bus. I can't just drive up there. And I've seen as well, apparently they're going to try and limit the amount of people going up to like Lake Louise and like
surprise me. Yeah.
all that kind of stuff because the amount of people that are going up there now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I heard someone say about, it's because they need to stop doing the buses and like more car. And I'm like, no, the buses are fine. You don't want more cars, like, because
That'd
like,
be the traffic.
yeah, that's gonna be fucking even worse.
Yeah.
And I was just like, just ignorant people.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, you don't know how like a mountain town or like stuff runs.
Yeah.
That's I get like a little bit annoyed when people say this is a mountain town. It's a tourist
You don't
town.
think so? Yeah, definitely
Tourist town anymore. Like it used, I reckon it used to be a mountain town, 100%.
Probably like Jasper.
Compared to like Jasper, Jasper's a mountain town to me. Like I think as well because I went there first, so it's like you come from there to like this, and you're just like, holy shit, it's just.
It's 9 day, yeah. And I think that's. I don't know how people again on that conversation like ski passes are so expensive, mate. I don't know how people. I don't know how people come on holiday and spend.
It's ridiculous
thousands of
how
dollars.
much they've got now. Like, I mean, you can go to Japan, you pay $40 for a pass.
Yeah, I feel like even in Europe it's not that much.
Yeah,
From what I remember.
I'm skiing in Europe.
Yeah, but I don't remember being crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember. I mean,
I remember like, I'd go on holiday with mum, like pretty much, like we'd at least go like at least once a winter. And it was never like, it would never be breaking the bank or anything like that. It was, and you'd always be loving it. And I don't remember it being like, and like your mates would go and like all that kind of shit. I don't remember it being that expensive.
No,
but I definitely, out here, like, especially, I think it's the American influence as well. I fucking hate it, like Vale and all that shit. I would never ski there.
Nah.
Fucking hate Vale.
Why?
Fuck Vale.
Just
Don't treat your workers right. Never pay people right. They don't care about their workers. They pay them shit. Like there's so much other stuff.
yeah.
Like I just will, and just the prices. Like I mean, even Whistler.
Yeah.
Like Whistler, I think is like over $200 for a day. I think it's 200. No, I think it's like $300 for like a day pass.
I think I saw something like that. Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
That is absolute madness.
Like it's skiing's not for everyone anymore.
Oh nah.
Like
I don't know how you could afford it.
Yeah.
Because also it's like
unless you like, it's not like a holiday sport anymore. It's like I feel like it's becoming like if you like the sport, you do the sport. It's not as much like, oh, let's go up and like ski and like get the family out and about and like all that kind of stuff. Like as much as it used to be.
Yeah. Like if you go somewhere hot and sunny and it's a beach, you'd be like, oh, let's pay $20 and go snorkeling.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, maybe back in the day you'd do that skiing with us, and it's like, oh, let's pay like $1,000 for our whole family to rent gear.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. That's not including like staying in the town.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you got probably lessons as well on top of that, and then you got the food up there and like all that shit, and it's just like.
How did you find teaching people with your accent here? Were you okay, or were you?
I didn't find.
So when I did it, it was COVID and I had a mask on. So I was like shouting instructions at people with a mask on with my accent. And
I was probably a little bit bad about that. I just because I just used a buff because we didn't have to, because instructors, we didn't have to wear a mask, like a proper mask.
Oh really?
Because we're talking so much and they get so wet. And it's just like.
Oh no, we did.
We could either wear a buff or like a fabric kind of. So to be fair, it wasn't like that. And like I'd always take my mask down.
Yeah.
Because I had COVID before COVID was a thing, so I was like, fuck it. Who cares?
Been here, done that.
Been there, done that. Who cares? Who cares? Yada yada. But and then it just got to the point that I didn't mind it too much. Like I felt it definitely became hard when you were given like. So one year, this will always stand in my brain. So me and this girl, we're teaching this class of like, I don't know, 30 kids, all Chinese, don't speak English.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only person who spoke English was the teacher. It was, and we were like, okay, we'll just have to do it by like, hand signals, which was great because I can do all that. We got them skiing, got them doing all this stuff. Some of them started speaking like a little bit of English, like here and there, which is great, but it was kind of quite minimal. So then we're like looking up, and there's obviously 30 kids on the carpet, and we got like 15 each. So that's a lot. Like for like one person, that's a big group.
Yeah.
And you're doing it, and. We're like counting them through, and both me and this girl, we're like, where are like 5 other people? We're racking our heads, and we're like counting it, like double counting it, triple counting it. Then we asked my friend on the like the magic carpet, and we're like, it's gonna sound weird. Can you just like count how many people are there? And they're just like how many? What was it? I think 20, 25 or something. Yeah. And we're like, okay. And then we go and ask the teacher. We're like, have you seen like five guys that aren't here? And she's like, yeah, I sent them up the lift. And we were like, you did what? And we were like, they can't even turn. They can't even do this. She's like, I thought they were fine. We were like, in what logical thing did you think they would be fine? And she was like, and I'm like,
yeah.
What? I literally told you were like, you can speak English, and she was like, yeah, I can speak a little. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So then obviously we had to like go on a massive hunt around there. Like two of them went all the way up to the top of the hill. They did. What? I had to go and run up and get a skidoo. Fucking go.
Oh really?
Yeah. Run and find them all. Drive them all back down. I gave them a bloody bollocking. And then my what was it? I think my manager came out and he's like, why are you giving them and I told him why, and he's like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just like But I don't, going back to the question of, I don't think I found it too hard, like, with my accent. Like, there's definitely been times, but I think that would be more with how I talk and, like, with how my brain works rather than my accent. Because I know I'll talk stuff and I'll say things and they're just like, the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, I've got a bad habit of like providing more context.
Yeah.
More context than you actually need.
Yeah.
So I'll be like chatting to someone and in my scatterbrain, I'll like be talking about something, but then I'll like, but then they also need to know this thing. But they don't.
Yeah.
It's just like, so I'm now
Then
just
you just chucked it in there because that's how, like,
my brain works.
You like just getting that chucked in.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's definitely, I feel like teaching definitely taught me how to like, because it has to, like, how you teach different types of learning abilities and like all that kind of stuff. Like, I think teaching's fucking great, like, getting taught that stuff, because you just don't think about it if not.
Yeah, I would say
it helps you in daily life.
Yeah, it definitely made me a better speaker, because I think even now, like, I definitely speak slower than I would if I was chatting to my mates. And I remember my mum growing up, she was like, because I'm the same as you, mate. I used a lot of slang, a lot of swear words.
Yeah, I used to mumble all the time.
Yeah.
I never, as well, being a young kid, dyslexic, you're never really confident. And but ski instructing, I never thought.
Kind of forced.
You forced through it, all this shit. I never thought I'd have I hate public speaking.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit. No, I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
All from teaching.
Yeah.
All from teaching that gave me those skills and all that kind of stuff. And you're just like, holy shit.
It's funny you saying that story, because I remember I actually had a similar thing, but it was my choice. I had a group of kids. I'll be totally honest, I can't even remember, maybe one kid, but effectively what happened was I thought they were ready to go up the chair, took them up the chair, and it was Cascade and Norquay, which is so short and small. Mate, I got to the top of it and I was like, totally fuck this, because the kid was so not ready.
Yeah.
And it was my mistake.
I feel like everyone's made like a little mistake like that. You're just like, oh shit.
And it was fine getting down. Well, I was fine getting down.
You're just like, it's in your head, and then you're just like, oh.
It was terrible getting down in the sense it took us like an hour.
But did you have fun?
No, no, I don't think they did. No, because it took me like an hour of like effectively like snowboarding with them down the hill. But I remember after that, I was like, right, cool, now I'm not taking anyone. I know I wouldn't take anyone, but I'd be like.
But you need to just do those fails.
Yeah.
Like, because if not, you're not gonna fucking learn. Because I'm big about failing and learning.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the best way to fucking learn.
I mean, yeah, because that's what you remember.
Yeah, it's the only way. If I don't fail, I'm not gonna fucking remember it.
Yeah.
So it's like people get annoyed. Like, this has always been a bad thing for me in work. Like, I will always ask why.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna ask why, but most of the time, the person above me takes that as an offense.
Oh, right. They're like, why are you asking me?
Yeah.
Why are you questioning me?
Like, why are you questioning? And I'm like, because I need to know, because if not, I'm not going to do it, because I need to know that extra context.
Yeah.
Because my brain's going to be like, okay, I can find a quicker way and a better solution than you most likely. Just because that's how my brain will want to work. And if I can't, I'll do it like your way. But just tell me why. It's like, it's not a you thing. It's not, just tell me why. I'd like, it's not going to hurt you. Just be like, we're doing it for this. Like, say, this box has to go here for this reason, because if it goes there, it's going to catch on fire.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
But if you be like, okay, it just needs to go there, just to go there, I'm going to be like,
you go here.
but you can just go fucking there, because it looks better, like, just shit like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I definitely, I'm probably more like that as well, where like I need more context to it. I think I know that I say analytical, but it's not like I'm analytical in the sense I'm super smart. I'm more just like, I need to know I feel like I feel more confident when I know everything.
Yeah, that's it as well.
Because then also if you have to make a decision, then you're like, oh, well, I guess it's, I've done it a few times with any job, but say this job, but like, I'm like, a decision needs to be made, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, because I don't know what the bigger picture is.
It's always nice knowing that, because I do it, especially like when I'm like doing like our big tents that we do and all that stuff. Like now, like I love, like, I'm always asking like my boss, like, why are we doing this, why are we doing that, because I just want to know. Like, and he just feeds it to me.
Yeah.
And he realizes it's just like, he just wants to know.
Yeah.
Just let him. He's not hurting anyone. Just
but that's
let
also,
him know.
Yeah, I probably would prefer to have someone who actually wanted to know.
Yeah, that's it. Then just be like,
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah.
Like,
You're constantly babying them.
yeah, that's it. And it's just not fun.
So when are you back to work? When are you supposed to be back to work?
Going back to work on the 5th.
And are you back to, as in what, will you be going into like a kind of
Light
like,
duties.
a light duty?
Light
shift?
duties. I can drive now, which is quite good as well. So I'll be adding that onto my duties.
Did you say March? Sorry.
No, February.
February, sorry.
5th, yeah, 5th.
Okay, cool. So that's not that bad.
So that would be nice. I'm definitely
How you?
feeling like I can get back to, like, because I'm walking around a lot better, and I'll just be doing half days though, which would be kind of nice. Because
And will you be able to supplement that with your WCB, or like when you go back, you're off?
yeah, it'll be supplemented with WCB, which is quite nice. Like that has been. If not, I would have just gone on the dole.
Yeah.
Like if it happened, I just put myself on the dole because.
Yeah.
What else could I have done really? Because I wanted to get I got my first surgery I got back home.
Yeah.
Because it was easier to do back home and everything like that. But this time I was like, okay, might as well do it here because I can get it on WCB. Don't have to pay for anything. Like, well, I only had to pay for my brace, but then
You were saying how much was
you
that
get your
brace?
money back. Like, yeah, 1,600.
That is wild.
But
Is
fuck
it
me.
like shit hot?
Yeah.
I mean, is that dumb thing?
So I'll get my...
Yeah, no, I'll just take all my clothes off.
So yeah, it's like...
I know, I've definitely seen it, but it's
Yeah,
like
it's like this one.
1,600.
Yeah, it's like
I'm like
you definitely notice like this shit and
Yeah.
like it just fits so
Yes.
much better.
Yeah. Can you? I assume you can buy cheaper ones, but they're just.
You
gas.
can buy cheaper ones. Like I had like the one they give you straight after surgery. It's massive. It's bulky. It's like big along here.
Yeah.
It's all right for like. Because that's what they gave me first. So I wore that for like a month. That's when they thought it was just my MCL. But I was like, no, there's something else. I've done my knee before. There's something else in there. They're like, no.
Oh, so you said to them?
Yeah. I said like when I went to the doctors first, like after like doing it, they're like, oh, we think you've done your MCL, and I'm like, can I get a scan? I've done more.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you've done your MCL, and I'm like, can I get a scan? They're like, no, we're gonna wait. And I'm like, okay. So then a month later. Physios, I kept on like asking him, like, can you just put me in for a scan? And he's like, we'll see how it goes, and like see all that, because you still move. Like I could still move,
Yeah.
that's what I haven't had before. Because when I last did it, I couldn't do anything. Like my leg was literally like it was fucking. When I first did it, it was literally like that far outside my body.
God.
Yeah, that would I'd be standing, and that's how my leg would be.
Damn.
It was so like this one was a weird one because I've gone from actually still being able to use it. It is just like really nice and easily. Where the fuck was I going with this?
Surgery.
Surgery.
Being able to
So
do
yeah,
stuff.
so then I had it out here and stuff like that, which is great because like best surgeons out here for knees and stuff like that, which is awesome. It is, but
Yeah, well, it's funny because I went when I went for my back and my hips. So mate, I went to the doctor. I got an X-ray in my back and I got blood works. Both of them totally fine. Went back to them. I was like, this is still fucking painful.
Yeah.
Went back to them. So they were like, so they sent me for X-rays on both my hips and an ultrasound on both my hips. Came back, totally sound. And then she was like, right, okay, cool. I'm going to send you to a back specialist, right, in Calgary. It's a total pain in the arse, mate. Had to take the day off, fucking get to Calgary.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. And mate, the guy doctor was brand new, did some tests and all that shit. He sent me for the X-ray, sorry. So he sent me for I had the back X-ray before him, but then he sent me for the X-rays on my hips and the ultrasounds. And he was like, go for that, I'll call you. Because he knew I lived here, so he was like, I'll do as much as I can before trying to get you back in, because it's a pain in the ass. But he called me back and he said, yep, your X-rays are totally fine. And he was, honestly, mate, he was like, I'm simplifying this, but effectively was like, I've done everything that I know what to do. Like, what did your doctor recommend? And I was like, my doctor recommended you as the back specialist. And he was like, well, I don't really know what to do. I think we should just monitor it.
that's it. I
was
fucking
like,
hate doctors.
right,
I'm
okay,
sorry, but
same.
I say it every single time. I fucking hate doctors. The only reason I will go to doctors is if I have a bone sticking out and need surgery straight away. If not, I'm going to a physio. I'm going to a massage therapist.
Yeah.
Because they know how the body fucking works.
Yeah.
Like physio, physio is my doctor.
Yeah.
Like anything to do with muscles, and unless you're like, because obviously doctors have to learn such a fucking vast reality of shit. But I don't think they're good for body, like for the actual like unless, like I said, unless you're getting surgery and stuff like that, go to your physio. If you've got actually like muscle and like imbalance and like all that kind of like hip imbalance, I think physio is the best thing.
Yeah.
Like, especially like needles. Fucking God.
Well, I totally
I
agree.
get dry needles all the time.
Yeah.
Best,
See, I've never done that.
best fucking thing in the world.
Really? Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. So this is like life saving shit. So I've always had like bad shoulders and like all this shit, rugby, just lifting and all this stuff. Never been able to get like knocked out and like move my shoulders properly. I have one session of fucking needles. I feel like a newborn baby.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's great. Same with my hamstring. My hamstring since like doing this has been a absolute cunt.
Yeah, I can
It's
imagine.
been horrible. My massage therapist, she could never get my hamstring like any. Get my hamstring needled. It's fucking painful. It's one of the worst places to get needled by far. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. Like literally, your leg will just fucking start flipping. I honestly think my physio loves it. He's just there laughing. I'm like, fuck you.
So, I mean, is it simple as they have points where they just put a dry needle into?
Yeah, so they just put like fine, like I don't know what he does,
Yeah.
but like he finds something, pops it in, wiggles it around, and you can feel like the fibers going. Like my leg will like start twitching. If I get it in this leg will start twitching because of my hamstring, and like then I go get a massage, and she's just like, "What the fuck are you?" I'm like, "I got a needle." She's like, "Oh, thank fuck for that." And she'd be doing it, and she's like, "This, I could have done." I don't know, 10 sessions on you, and I wouldn't have got nowhere near what this one needle does.
Wow.
It's like,
that's very impressive.
it's ridiculous. I recommend it to everyone.
Yeah.
Now. Like, it's been an open world to me.
Yeah.
Like, I hate fucking, I know I got tattoos, but it's different. But I fucking hate, like, I hate injections. Like, so.
That is
They were like, how are you going to do it? I know. I
Shit
fucking,
on a tattoo.
I know, I fucking hate it.
Do you hate it when you get a tattoo?
No, I love it.
Oh, weird.
I just got my stomach done.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I just got that done.
Oh, holy shit, man. That's sweet.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
cool. Really?
Yeah,
How
I
long
could
did
have
that
felt 4 or 5 hours.
Okay,
He actually,
it's not too
Mac was, because I get it done here, Mac was so happy. I think he was loving it, because I was literally just like, no, just like,
Chilling.
like there was like under like this bit hurts like
Yeah.
quite a bit, like that bit's a bitch, and like when he was doing the red I was getting kind of over it, but like honestly I think my skin loved it. Like,
Yeah,
it
that's
didn't
good.
it didn't affect it too much, and like it didn't do anything bad to it, and Max just kept on saying, "You're sitting really fucking," and then you're like sitting really well, and I'm just like, yeah, honestly it's not that. Everyone was like telling me like sternum was a little bit sore, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Everyone's like, it's going to be a bitch. You can hate it. And I was like, honestly, it's probably one of my easiest tattoos I've had.
Yeah.
And I was just chilling. I was just sitting there, and I'm like, this is great.
Are you just like, I mean, I've got tiny little tattoos, so mine have been like an hour max, but are you for like 4 to 5 hours? Does it get to a point where you're not like having a convo, you're just kind of like chilling?
No, I'll talk through like quite like, especially if it's like good vibes.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely, you can tell when you go to like a tattoo parlor, it just has the right vibes. Like Strike First has the vibes.
Oh, straight for it.
Yeah, like I find they have. Perfect Image, not as much for me.
Yeah.
Like I got this done at Perfect Image. I think this was like 8 hours, something like that. It was. I like the artist and all, but it just didn't feel. It didn't feel as a nice environment as compared to Strike First.
Well, I went to get, so this is just writing, obviously, and I mean, how basic is that? And I say that because I went to a place in Banff, I won't name it, but I went to a place and I took it into the guy, and he was like, I literally just, mate, this is like font writing that you get on like Word doc.
Aye.
So I printed it off, I was like, mate, this is the font, this is the size.
Yeah, this is what I want, yeah.
And he's like, he's like, what would you think about making it? And then like, was like, would you make it massive? And I was like, no, just like exactly like this. And he was like, he was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And I was like, give it a go. And he was like, yeah, well, I don't usually do stuff like this, but I'll give it a go. And I was like, do you mind if I just walk around the block? I literally think I said something like that. I was like, do you mind if I just like go wee walk and think about it? And it just fucking never went back, went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because it was just the vibe of the guy. I was just like,
I think I know.
I was like,
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous how much of like you need that kind of like homeliness kind of.
Yeah.
Because there's another one back home. His studio's called like Best Friend Club, something. Cause that's where I got like all this done. I've got quite a few stuff from him, and you literally walk in, and it's like you're in your grandma's house.
Yeah.
Like it's lovely.
Oh,
Like,
really? Yeah.
You literally walk in, it's just like you get a couch there. Like I don't know how to describe it.
chill,
Like,
yeah.
it's like an old Scottish grand's house. Like that's how. And then you go into the studio part, and it's like really nice in there. But
Yeah.
like, it's just stuff like that you're like, holy shit, this is what you need.
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah,
Mate.
especially if someone's putting something on you permanently.
Yeah,
You're like, because I went to Perfect Image, and I mean, I literally went in there and I just said it was just the confidence in which they were like, yeah, no worries, and I was like, oh sweet, that's all I needed was.
Yeah.
See if the other guy had just been like, yeah, cool, I probably would have got it, but it was just the fact the girl was like, yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, especially with something like that small.
Yeah.
Like, you need someone to be confident. Yeah, it's when it gets into like the like 8 hour mark. That's when I'm just like, I'm like, fucking get this over with. Like that's like.
So that you're cool with, but the dry needling, you're like, this is
dry needling. I'm like, I'm a lot more chiller now.
But it's probably because it's heavy. Like if it's like hitting your muscles.
Yeah, I love it afterwards because it's just like I definitely don't mind it as much as I thought I was gonna mind it. Like I thought I was gonna fucking hate it because it's like a fucking needle about that bit going in. Like it's a weird feeling, but you do get used to it. I still fucking hate injections. I fucking hate them.
Do you rate? Oh, sorry, on you go.
I got my wisdom tooth out as well, like a few weeks ago, and they put this fucking needle in about this big, and I'm there just like, fuck off. And
Did you just like rattle it
yeah,
out?
and he's like, you got tattoos. I'm like, it's different.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, stop comparing it.
It's also mental when they take your wisdom tooth out and they're just like drilling and then rattling around. You're just like,
Everyone kept saying to me, "Oh, did they drill you?" And I'm like, "No, they didn't drill mine."
oh, did they not?
No, like mine's. I've still got the tooth.
it? Yeah.
It was like a whole tooth, and everyone's like, "Why is your tooth not in half?" And I'm like, "Was it supposed to be in half?"
Mine was like destroyed.
Yeah, no, mine was already like poked out though.
Right, okay.
Like, so I think that's why.
They just probably pulled it.
Yeah, so they just like pretty much. But it was like a fucking like chisel in there.
That's
felt
what I
like.
mean,
It
it's
was like
mental.
grabbing my
Yeah.
jaw, and I was like, Jesus. And it made me realize that I don't like the dentists out here.
No, I don't like that anywhere.
Like back home, I didn't mind the dentist as much, but I think that was because, like, my mum paid for like a decent. I was able to pay because I was on my mum's healthcare, so I was able to get like a decent dentist. And to be fair, I didn't really look after my teeth that well when I was back home. Like, I felt like I didn't, but compared to I do like now,
Yeah.
and like insurance helps.
Well, that's what I did when I was younger. I jumped in the whole teeth whitening thing for a while, and made my teeth were like crystal white. Not like obnoxiously so, just like, but like people would honestly be like, "Fucking hell, man, you got white teeth." And anyway, I remember going to the dentist for just a checkup, like no reason to go, but just a checkup. And he was like, "You need 5 fillings."
Yeah, there are a lot more on it here, aren't they?
No, that's back home.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah, but I remember saying to him, I'm like, I said, "What are you talking about, man?" Like, I literally was like, "Look at my teeth."
look at my teeth are fine.
And he said, "Yeah, you're not brushing them right though." So I was obsessed with how they looked. So I was just like brushing, but he was like, all of them were right at the back. He said, "You're evidently not brushing right at the back." So even though I had these crystal white teeth, I had to get 5 fillings because he was like, "You're shit."
So it just comes back to me like I have to choose to do it. I can't be told to do it.
Yeah.
I hated it when I was younger. Like now it's just like it's easier because I'm like, okay, I've got to do it because I've got to pay for like fillings, got to pay for all this stuff, and like. But yeah, there are a lot more on it here compared to back home. I feel like they're a lot more like they're like in depth with the cleaning.
Yeah, and then like what you were saying there though, like that's another shitty thing with injuries. Is like, mate, the amount of money you spend. That's why I haven't actually tried everything such as chiropractor and dry needling shit. Because me, I spend so much money in like physio stuff. I was at that point, I was like, fucking hell, man. Like, but you rate chiro?
Yeah, but it just comes back to like I didn't do a lot of this stuff even when I was skiing, and it was probably towards. It was honestly like after my first like ACL and like all that stuff. That was when I probably actually took this aftercare a bit more serious, and like especially since now I've got like my insurance like that will pay for like certain amount of massages and like not physio, but like chiros and like all that kind of stuff. But I definitely noticed it. For like chiro, I find like Car is kind of an odd one, I find, because it's like sometimes I find it helps and sometimes it does nothing.
Yeah.
Like I find it's nice for like cracking my back and realigning myself, because I definitely need it for like realigning my hip and like stuff like that. But it's not like a long-term fix, because I find like you have to just keep going back.
Yeah, 'cause someone was explaining that to me. They were like, the chiro's great because it releases the pain and it'll help you align it in the moment.
Yeah.
But they were like, the issue is the fact that your movements are incorrect. And because your movements are incorrect, you'll eventually just go back to tight.
Because that's what I'm having to do at the moment, is because I didn't realize how, like, before, obviously when I first did my injury, like I had to relearn my motor. I had to run, walk upstairs, and I'm having to do that again. And I'm realizing, holy shit, like when I first did it, I would literally, like, because now I'm having to retouch myself again. I'm noticing when I step forward, this foot goes like this, it does, and then my knee goes forward like that, rather than the knee going forward and going over the toes that way. So I'm having to reteach my body again how to properly walk, like motor patterns and like, all that stuff, because your body's like, oh, let's go for the easiest way.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, no.
Because I think that's maybe what I've had various ideas of what my issue is, but I think I'm kind of now thinking that might be what my issue is the alignment of my hips is maybe the thing. Because I think when I'm doing these exercises I was saying at the beginning, like the bird dog, the curl up, the plank, they're all about like core stability. So like it gets your body.
It's that core and lower back stability. Like, because that was a big thing for me. So it was like doing like good mornings and stuff like that. As soon as I started doing those, and like, because I was always like doing a lot of upper back, and I just kind of binned off the lower back. That I was like, oh, I'm doing my back, like just doing my lower back, and then I started doing good mornings, and I'm like, holy shit, like how much better I felt afterwards.
I know, and I think that's I think doing that, like, it gets me in the right alignment, and then this is my theory, which has not been proven, but it gets me in the right alignment, and then as the day or the night goes on, my body obviously relaxes back to like, it's just like day-to-day alignment, and I wonder if that's why I'm getting pain, because like I'm doing the exercises, getting it all correct. I don't know why I keep doing this weird thing, but getting my back like right and aligned and solid, and then it just relaxes and goes back to.
No, that's exactly it.
Because if I hang from a bar,
I love doing dead hangs.
Dude, I love it, but like that's when like I'll notice it where it's almost like decompressing my spine. Not when I'm doing it. But when I decompress my spine and then compress it again, that's when I'm getting the discomfort.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now again, I wonder if it's because I'm decompressing it, so everything's relaxing and being loose. And then when I'm compressing it, it's like, I mean, I'm vastly oversimplifying this, but I don't know if it's like a jigsaw piece and it's like not going in the right way.
It's kind of just like say the gears are like gone like that, and then it's going.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
So that's why I'm like, oh, I don't know if Cairo would be good to go to, because.
Give it a go.
I know.
Like I've never found anything bad. Like I know some people are like, oh, like voodoo. Yeah, well, get some voodoo going. Yeah. Fuck it, why not? I've tried everything else. Like, I've tried everything else. I'll be keen to try some voodoo. Yeah. But I feel like a lot. Like it's gotten to the point now. I'm just like, fuck it, just try it.
No, I know.
If it works, it starts. If not, fuck it off. Like,
yeah, no.
I feel like that's the only way of like trial and error with this shit. But I think you just all need stem cells, really.
Oh man,
I think that's what we all need. But it comes to this as well. Because I reckon in a few years' time, I'm probably gonna start taking tests.
Yeah.
Because it's or like
TRT.
Yeah, like probably start doing like all that kind of stuff, because it's good for you. Because obviously your body just starts producing less when you obviously get older. So I think it's like when you're like, you should probably start taking it like ideally when you're in like 35s, 40s. I think I read something like saying that.
I think you can get it prescribed as well. Not necessarily test, but I think you can definitely get TRT.
Yeah, TRT. I don't think it was actually like test, but like everyone always says test and all sorts of stuff.
I'm pretty sure you can get it like, obviously each place is no doubt different, but I'm sure if you're like hit the right fucking.
Because I know obviously, I remember when I was growing up, that was like that was always seen as like a drug ad, like, you know, like steroids and like always. But now it's like everyone's like, no, fucking. It's completely changed, Like, it's weird seeing like, because I'm sure you've probably seen it as well. It's weird seeing that like change over from everyone thinking steroids is like a drug to like everyone going to steroids. It's like, no, it's actually pretty like, this is good for your body technically if you use it in the right form and you're not overusing it.
Well, yeah, like my mate Joe that was chatting about, he obviously he's doing bodybuilding, and he was chatting about it, and he said, yeah, I can get to a certain point, and he said, but I like realistically, I need to, if I actually want to take this seriously, go pro, etc. He's like, you have to.
That's the lot. You just have, especially like nowadays, like you just have to. Like you see them. You see the fucking bodybuilders nowadays. It's fucking ridiculous.
But even like going back to your point, like taking away the bodybuilding aspect of it, like I mean, I would, if I had fuck you money, I would honestly probably be like, I'd go out somewhere and be like, tell me everything that I need to like that's gonna help stem cells.
Yeah, it's just gonna help me just
blah, blah, blah.
be comfortable for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
like, that's it. It's just, I think it's that comfortability. For me, it's that comfortability and me still being able to do the shit I want to do.
Yeah,
and not feel, because like now I have to like, even I was talking to my mate about this. He's got a fucked up knee as well, so he kind of knows how it is, and like literally. I said to him, I think next season when I'm skiing, I'm gonna have to make sure I do like an actual stretching warm up. I had to do a little bit like last few seasons because of this, but now I've had 2 surgeries on this. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm really gonna have to make sure it's warmed up, it's done all this stuff, because you tell the fucking difference. Like I just bought this like electric like kind of heating massage thing for my knee. Apparently it's quite good. I haven't tried it yet because it's in the post. It's hopefully gonna arrive. But apparently that's quite good, so I like whack that on in the morning, do stupid shit like that, and I'm like, fucking hell.
I know, I guess that's one of the silver linings of getting injuries, is it forces you, if you're like, I want to keep doing this, it forces you to be like, well, if I want to keep doing this and I don't want to get injured again, I'm going to have to do like X, Y, and Z, like the warm up, the stretch down, the this, the that.
So you just have to,
technique spawn.
Yeah, you just have to do this shit, and it's like, I think it's like a realization, and getting to that point, like you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I just didn't want to do it at fucking 26.
I know, but I guess that's the thing though. Is like I'd rather, because this is what I've been telling myself. I'm like, I'd rather have this when I'm younger, so then
you're into the
so that when I haven't been doing the incorrect shit till I get to fucking 45, and it's maybe worse.
Yeah, that's why I'm
that's
like that's what one of my mates said to me. He's like, just think of it like that. Like, just think if you're doing it now,
young enough. Yeah,
you're doing it. You're gonna do it young enough, so then when you're actually like, what is it, like 60, you're going to be pretty good.
And your body also, when you're younger, is going to heal better.
Yeah.
Like, if you do when you're 60, you're probably like...
But again, that comes back to those, like, I've been taking...
The supplement?
Those supplements, the collagen, the bone broth, and like all that stuff.
Oh, mate.
I didn't realise how... I feel fucking so much better. Like, my hair feels... My skin feels... Like, I just feel better as a person. Brain feels better, like...
My roommate left me some of that bone broth. She left, so she left hers and gave it to me. Mate, minging.
You not got a good one?
I don't think I do.
I'll share the stuff I've got. The stuff I've got, stuff I've got, I can just drink as a tea.
Yeah, I was expecting
which is quite nice. Or I can put it like in stuff. I can put it in like few stews.
Yeah.
This collagen one's quite good because you can literally put it, it doesn't really taste of anything, so I can just put it in a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. But this other like bone broth one is like, it's kind of minty and like all that kind of stuff. But that one's all right. You just have to make sure you strain it right because it all like it like all just fucking sticks together.
Yeah.
I either have to like get a sieve it out so it's really thin, or I have to put it in one of those tea strainers.
Yeah.
Because it just fucking clumps up and I'll just be pouring it through that.
Yeah, the one my roommate left me, it was like, it didn't taste terrible, but it just had this weird like...
Is it like dirt kind of...
It's like a weird like
taste?
slimy texture, yeah.
Oh, I haven't had that.
It was weird, mate.
Wait, is yours like... Was it like a slime?
No, it's like powder.
Oh, okay, yours is powder.
When I mixed it all up, it was just like, it just had this weird kind of like, between water and like syrupy, this like, but it wasn't either. It was like this weird like
that's a weird one.
And
Sounds horrible.
I also expected it to be like a Bovril, like a nice like drink, whereas it was not. It was just like
I'll show you the one I've got. Like,
definitely.
The one I've got is like, I love it. Like, I've been having it for like, since we've done this. So I've been on this stuff since like Christmas.
Yeah.
And I feel the difference now.
Yeah,
I don't know what the difference is, but I feel I can feel it. It's a weird thing.
Almost.
I don't know if it's just my mind, but
yeah, but I mean that's the thing though as well. I was about to say that, like, even if it is a placebo, because I remember I was doing taking that AG1 for like a year and a half, and then I stopped it just because it's well expensive. But I remember just being like, I remember being like, I don't even know if this actually is helping me, or just the fact that my brain is like, you're doing something healthy, therefore I feel healthy.
Yeah.
As opposed to like actually feeling any better. But
who fucking knows?
yeah, I know. Well, like, mate, I appreciate you sitting for so long. And chatting
good.
shit. I know. I appreciate it. It's been fun.